Getting you our top story this morning. The Sharada chit fund scam snowballing into a political scandal now. The promoter of the company and the main accused in the case, Sudipta Sen, was brought to Calcutta last night on a 4-day transit remand. He will be produced in court later today. Sources say 6 trunks full of deeds mentioned in his letter to the CBI have been seized. Sen's cook, Hemanta Pradhan, who was made a director in one of his companies, has also been questioned now. In his explosive letter to the CBI, Sen says he was forced into the media by TMC MPs Kunal Ghosh and Srinjoy Bose, who run the Pratidin Media Group. Many high-profile names have been mentioned in that letter to the CBI that include names of top TMC politicians, lawyers and journalists as well. The letter also mentions the wife of a union minister who was the lawyer for a deal between Sudipta Sen and Narasimha Rao government minister Matang Singh and his wife Manoranjana to buy a channel in the northeast. The TMC, unhappy with all the fingers being pointed towards it, wants to know why Congress leaders named in Sudipta Sen's letters are not being questioned. The party is planning to raise that issue in Parliament today. We believe the Lok Sabha has now resumed. We are going across to see what's happening there.
Legislative Assembly for 5 terms and served as Deputy Leader of Opposition in the Assembly for 2 terms. An active parliamentarian, Shri Banerjee served as member of Committee on Urban Development and Committee on Public Undertakings. Shri Ambika Banerjee passed away in the early hours today at the age of 84 in Kolkata. Shri C. Kuppusamy was a member of the 12th, 13th and 14th Lok Sabhas representing the Chennai North Parliamentary Constituency of Tamil Nadu. An able parliamentarian, Shri Kuppusamy served as chairman of the Estimates Committee and was a member
the death of Ambika Banerjee, an MP from the Trinamool Congress. We are going across live to Pallavi Ghosh, who is joining us this hour from Parliament. Pallavi, I believe that there was some sort of hangama in the Rajya Sabha, which has now been adjourned till 12. The political game, of course, is continuing. First, it was the left and the TMC. Now, Mamta passing the buck to the centre. How does this play out in Parliament today?
One suspects that the truth may never be known. Well, it's the latest in the TMC versus the Congress. Just yesterday, just hours after that letter, actually moments after that letter surfaced, which Sudipta Sen had written to a CBI, there was that clarification which came in from government by way of sources which pointed out that chit funds regulation, recognition and any action which has to be taken is solely a responsibility of the state governments. And that charge has completely been dismissed by the Trinamool Congress. In fact, the Trinamool Congress, making this an issue that why are you only pinpointing on the Trinamool MPs and why not the Congress leaders who have been mentioned in that report. So I suspect that in a condition in which the Parliament is in any case not running over the JPC issue, the Colgate issue, this is yet going to be another added reason why the Parliament is unlikely to function.
The Parliament unlikely to function. The Rajya Sabha has already been adjourned till noon. Pallavi, I was asking you how this story plays out in Parliament. The Parliament may not end up functioning at all today. Can the TMC and the centre come to some sort of deal over this, because they also need the TMC to bail it out in the 2G case?
Well, both of them need each other in many ways. But you know, also at the end of the day, remember, Mamata Banerjee has often given primacy to as far as the state politics is concerned. Like, take the example of FDI and multi-brand retail. Many at the centre did not understand, in Delhi, of course, politics did not understand what the fuss was all about. But she was clearly playing her state politics. Mamata Banerjee has made it very, very clear that as far as choosing between the centre and the state politics is concerned, she's always going to be given that priority to state politics, because that's where her sustenance comes from. And the timing of this latest controversy is just up ahead, not of the Lok Sabha elections, but also the Panchayat elections in West Bengal. So certainly she doesn't want to take any responsibility. The names of 2 prominent TMC MPs have come up. Several other leadership names are also being thrown up. So certainly she's going to pass the buck on to the centre.
All right, Pallavi, as you speak, we are also hearing that the Lok Sabha has been adjourned for the day. We are getting in Priyanka Gupta now. She's getting us an update on where investigations have so far reached in that case.
This letter written by Sudipta Sen just 4 days he fled Kolkata to Kashmir contains some high-profile names, including names of Trinamool MPs like Kunal Ghosh and Srinjoy Bose. Also high-profile names come from neighbouring state of Assam, like Hemant Biswa Sarma. Also, Nalini Chidambaram, who allegedly was a lawyer for a deal for a Northeast channel. What exactly does this letter mean is something, of course, that the investigators need to find out. And why exactly did he write this letter? This letter, which is considered as a dying declaration, was it written to implicate those who were allegedly involved with him, or was it written to protect himself when he saw his empire crumbling? Remember, in this particular letter, he said that there are some unscrupulous brokers and agents who allegedly duped small-time investors and depositors, and he is not liable to refund any of that money because his name was allegedly misused by these brokers and agents, thereby limiting his liability and also shrinking the scope and extent of this huge financial scam. This letter, of course, needs to be corroborated by statements under the police as well as the magistrate, and also by independent verification and evidence collected by the police in the coming few days. Kolkata, this is Priyanka Gupta.